If you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, and you're not having sex, I'm sorry to inform you, someone may have lied to you. They may have told you that desire has an expiration date, that love, intimacy, and touch belong to the young, that after a certain age, your body should quiet down, your heart should settle, and your skin should no longer crave warmth. But the truth? That part of you, the part that longs to be seen, touched, held, and loved, it never truly grows old. It may grow quiet. It may hide beneath years of responsibility, loss, or silence, but it does not vanish. This isn't about shame. This is about awakening. It's about coming home to yourself at a time in life when you are finally wise enough to know what matters and brave enough to reclaim it. Sex and intimacy are not just for the young. They are life-giving, soul-connecting, health-enhancing gifts meant for every stage of the human journey. So if you've been told your time has passed, stay with me, because I believe your most tender, most alive years may still be ahead. The truth no one tells us. Let's talk about something most people are too afraid to say out loud. Society quietly, almost cruelly, desexualizes older adults. Turn on the TV, open a magazine, scroll through social media, and you'll see intimacy painted with the colors of youth. Smooth skin, firm bodies, passionate love scenes, all celebrated. But where are the lovers with silver hair? Where are the wrinkled hands intertwined under a sunset sky? Where are the stories that tell us love doesn't end when the birthdays stack higher? The message is clear, even if unspoken. That part of your life is over, and so, many people stop asking for affection, stop reaching for connection. They convince themselves that their desires are embarrassing, or worse, irrelevant. But here's the truth no one tells us. Many older adults are having the best sex of their lives. Without the pressure to perform, the race to impress, or the confusion of youth, intimacy after 60 can be deeper, more soulful, and more honest. It becomes less about perfection, and more about connection. You are not broken. You are not done. You've just been misled. And the most beautiful part? It's never too late to unlearn the lies and rewrite the story. Sex is not just about sex. When we talk about sex, most people think of the act itself, the physical, the performance, the mechanics. But real intimacy, especially as we age, goes far deeper than that. Sex, in its truest, most healing form, is not just about bodies. It's about presence, about feeling connected. It's about skin on skin, yes, but also heart to heart. It's about being seen, being touched not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. At this stage of life, sex becomes less about urgency and more about meaning. A gentle hand on your back while washing dishes. A long, unhurried embrace that says, "I'm here." The kind of kiss that doesn't rush, doesn't prove, it remembers. Science agrees. Intimate touch releases oxytocin, the love hormone that lowers blood pressure and reduces stress. It boosts dopamine and endorphins, lifting mood and easing pain. And those benefits don't require intercourse. Even affectionate touch, cuddling, or sensual massage can offer deep emotional and physical rewards. In other words, sex isn't just about pleasure. It's about wellness, wholeness, aliveness. You don't have to be young to need that. You don't have to be perfect to deserve it. You just have to be human, and you still are. Health, circulation, and hormones. Let's set the record straight. Intimacy isn't just good for the soul, it's good for the body too, especially after 60, when so many of us are searching for natural ways to stay energized, mobile, and emotionally balanced. Regular physical intimacy, whether that's sex, sensual touch, or affectionate closeness, does powerful things for your health. It increases blood circulation, sending oxygen and nutrients to your heart, brain, and muscles. That glow you feel after being close to someone? That's not just emotion, it's your body waking up. It also strengthens your cardiovascular system, lowers blood pressure, and boosts your immune function. Studies have shown that sexually active older adults often report fewer illnesses, better mobility, and even sharper memory. And then there's the hormonal magic. Intimacy helps regulate key hormones like testosterone and estrogen, which naturally decline with age. These hormones are critical not just for sex drive, but for bone density, mood stability, and muscle strength. Many people notice that when they begin to reconnect with their body, and with a partner, their energy returns, their sleep improves, and their mood lifts. This isn't a fantasy, it's biology. So no, sex after 60 isn't just possible, it's beneficial. Not only does it feel good, it actually does good. And the best part? You don't need to be an athlete or in perfect health to receive these benefits. Just a little tenderness, a little closeness, a little willingness to say, I still deserve to feel alive. It's never too late. Some people reach their 60s, 70s, or 80s and quietly close the door on intimacy. Maybe it's been years since anyone touched you with love. Maybe you've lost someone. Maybe life just got busy, and passion slowly slipped through the cracks. And now you wonder if it's too late. Let me tell you with all the warmth and certainty in my heart, it is never too late to feel connected, desired, and alive again. Yes, the body changes, wrinkles appear, energy shifts, but intimacy in later life isn't about youth. It's about depth, about truth. It's about having nothing left to prove and everything left to feel. You are not too old to rediscover your own body, to laugh in the arms of someone who sees you, really sees you, to explore, to play, to heal. It might take courage. It might mean unlearning old shame or facing old wounds. But every inch of you is still capable of love, and worthy of it. There are people falling in love at 75. There are 80-year-olds giggling like teenagers after their first kiss in decades. There are quiet, sacred awakenings happening in nursing homes, senior communities, and quiet living rooms all over the world. Why not you? The story isn't over. The page is just waiting for you to pick up the pen. What to do if you're single or widowed? For many in their 60s, 70s, or 80s, the question isn't just how to find intimacy again. It's whether they ever will. Especially if you're single, divorced, or widowed, the idea of opening up your heart or your body might feel like a distant memory, or maybe even an impossible dream. Let's start here. Grief is real. Loneliness is real. And after deep loss, the idea of being close to someone new can feel like a betrayal or a mountain too steep to climb. But you're not betraying anyone by choosing to feel again. You're honoring the part of yourself that still breathes, still longs, still hopes. You don't need to rush into a relationship. Begin by reconnecting with yourself. Touch your own skin with kindness. Explore what brings you pleasure, comfort, softness. Sensuality doesn't need a partner. It begins with presence. And when you're ready, emotionally, spiritually, put yourself in spaces where connection can happen. Join social clubs, community gatherings, book groups, dance classes. Be seen, be known, and be open. Intimacy can come in many forms. A hand held during a walk, a conversation that lingers, a shared laugh over coffee. Your capacity for love didn't disappear when someone left, or when the years added up. Still there, waiting patiently. And if you're wondering if it's too late to find someone to hold again, here's the truth. Love doesn't wear a watch. It arrives when the heart is open, and yours still is. Intimacy is a life force. Intimacy isn't just something we want. It's something we need, like air, like water, like sunlight on the skin. It's a life force, a quiet, powerful current that keeps our spirit awake, our heart open, and our body humming with warmth. And yet, so many people in their later years begin to live without it, not because they don't want it, but because they've been told they shouldn't. That love and touch are for the young. That longing fades with age. That passion has an expiration date. But let me tell you, intimacy doesn't leave us. It waits for us. It waits in the space between loneliness and hope. It waits in the quiet ache of an untouched hand, in the yearning glance across the dinner table, in the memory of how it felt to be held without explanation. And when we finally return to it, even gently, even slowly, we come back to life. We laugh more. We sleep better. Our bodies move with more ease. Our minds clear. Why? Because intimacy nourishes us on every level. Emotionally, physically, spiritually. You are not too old to feel that. You are not too late to claim it. You are not foolish for wanting it. The truth is, the longer we live, the more deeply we deserve to be touched with love, with reverence, with care. Don't let anyone, not even your own doubt, tell you otherwise. You still have a heart that beats, a soul that hungers, a body that remembers. And intimacy, real, warm, human intimacy, can still be yours. If you've made it this far, let me say this clearly, with love and without hesitation. You are not done. Not with love, not with desire, not with intimacy, not with life. Whether you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, your body still holds beauty, your heart still holds warmth, and your soul still holds the capacity to connect, to give, and to receive. There is no expiration date on the human need to be touched, to be wanted, to be seen, and no shame in wanting it. Too many people spend their later years feeling invisible, when in truth, this chapter of life holds a kind of richness and depth that only time can teach. So if you've been lonely, if you've been numb, if you've silenced that quiet longing in your chest, I want you to know, you are not broken. You are simply waiting to come alive again. Reach out, start small, speak your truth, hold someone's hand, look into their eyes. Let laughter find its way back into your bones. Let tenderness melt the spaces that went cold. Whether it's with a longtime partner, a new connection, or even with yourself, intimacy is still possible. And more than that, it's your birthright. You've carried the world on your shoulders for decades. Now it's time to let yourself feel again. Because life isn't over. In fact, some of the most beautiful moments may still be waiting just around the corner.